We've all faced challenges and changes that have caused us to adjust how we gather, connect, and care. One of the greatest adjustments and challenges that I've had to make in terms of worship was preaching into what I like to call the void. After spending time writing and working on a message, I would then preach it into an empty sanctuary. It would then be posted online with no feedback, no nods of affirmation, or even somebody nodding off entirely, which has totally happened, and no response even to my good jokes. And it made me wonder, how was it received? Did it make an impact? Did it speak into someone's heart and life and their situation? Yet it wasn't just me, but other members of the staff also highlighted this same challenge of speaking into the void as they prepared and recorded Bible lessons, devotions, and even entire worship services. Every now and then, however, we would get a bit of feedback, an email, a note of appreciation, a picture from someone's living room with their feet up, a cup of coffee in their hand, watching worship, or their kids or grandchildren huddled around the computer screen for that children's message. And what a gift it was to receive that much-needed feedback, to hear that what we were doing was truly making a difference. It was truly making an impact. Maybe you're feeling that way a bit right now as you think about church. You're a part of this community of faith. You've been worshiping online. You faithfully sent in your offering, maybe even a special gift, and you're wondering, well, what's the impact? Is it making a difference? Did it speak into someone's life and heart? And the answer is, well, a resounding yes. 315 students participate in our virtual summer camps, and 408 are enrolled in fall programming. Our weekly worship services are reaching more people than ever. Bible studies and connection groups continue to provide learning opportunities. In God's Gals ministry alone, there are 82 women from King of Kings and surrounding churches participating in order to deepen their faith and to really grow in community. You know, one of the intentional decisions we made early on was to commit to financially supporting our mission partners. We decided to give the Christian Cupboard Emergency Food Shelf our annual commitment in the first quarter. Your ongoing financial gifts and time continue to make an impact.
Our food shelf serves our community in a variety of different ways. So through our produce fairs and our Wild Card Wednesday program, our regular food market, and our mobile food shelf program, King of Kings Church is making an impact in our community throughout all of those programs. Whether it's helping support us as we fill the boxes that go out to the mobile food shelves, or whether it's serving the community through the produce fairs so that people can have more access to fresh, healthy food. So right now we're in that phase where we've been able to rise to the challenge. We've doubled, we've tripled the service that we're providing, but we've only been able to do that because of the volunteers and donors that have helped us make it happen. And some people are not able to make a financial donation, and they come in here and volunteer, or they donate food. As we look to the winter and we look at what is this need going to be and how are we going to meet it, we have faith, and we know that our key partners like King of Kings and other key partners are going to be there to support us and have helped us along this way. But we are always looking for more volunteers to help us keep up with this high level of need and support in being able to provide more than 250,000 pounds of food to our community every single month. Thank you so very much for all of the help that we've received for Christian Cupboard Emergency Food Shelf. The impact that you've made is tremendous for our community. We're very grateful for that help that we have received and for the help that we will receive in the future. Thank you.
Nearly $150,000 will be given this year in support of local and global ministries. These ministries rely heavily on your continued generosity to support their work. Our partner church in Kilolo, Tanzania, was able to plaster the exterior of their building in order to protect the brick from erosion due to heavy rain and high wind. One of our new partners, Dodoma Medical Center, was able to help thousands of families receive the care they need through equipment that was purchased through our financial gifts and offerings. $30,000 was given to our partner in Honduras, acquiring much-needed medical supplies for the clinic and to help bring food and supplies to people who rely on feeding centers as many remain closed.
My name is Peter Hearn. I'm the founding pastor of Linaje Escogido Ministries. It's such a pleasure to talk about how God has worked in our lives and our ministry. Over 16 years ago, God inspired my wife and I to found the church, the ministry in Villa San Antonio. We've seen His hand move so incredibly from that day on as we started expanding and reaching out to people in the community and seeing the church membership grow. And we see God's hand as we continue to expand. We're reaching out to children. When we plant a small seed, God has it grow incredibly, much more than we could have ever
Cuando
dreamed.
nosotros sembramos una semilla, vemos cómo Dios da el crecimiento mucho más de lo que podemos imaginar.
We love all of you partners,
Los amamos mucho
and together we're going to continue to reach Honduras
y
for
juntos
Christ.
vamos a alcanzar a Honduras para Cristo.
Due to the inability to travel to our partners in Honduras, we offered our first virtual mission trip experience to learn how our friends in the church in La Villa are keeping God at the center of their focus and how people like you are an answer to prayers. Our commitment to our partners went beyond what was budgeted. When asked for items be donated to the Midway area in St. Paul, your response was so overwhelming that donations filled a mid-sized delivery truck. Our members continued to serve monthly meals through Loaves and Fishes. We packed Meals from the Heart and donated 193 backpacks and 55 calculators to local students. The Retired Men Group donated gas cards to the Salvation Army and Teen Drop-In Center in Cottage Grove, giving some much-needed support for our youth who are homeless. But it wasn't just the donations and finances that made an impact. Nearly 800 calls were made to our church members in order to offer a word of support and prayer. As part of their faith project, several of our confirmation students wrote letters to our members as well as to our partners to speak a word of blessing and a prayer and of encouragement. And maybe you received one of those calls or one of those letters. You see, your gifts allow us to equip our students to grow in faith. You partner with parents in placing Bibles in the child's hands so that they may learn about God and proclaim Christ through word and deed. The reality is that God's word and work never goes out into the void, but we are blessed to partner with Him in the work of His kingdom. The prophet Isaiah shares this: "For as the rain and the snow come down from heaven, and do not return there until they have watered the earth, making it bring forth and sprout, giving seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose, and succeed in the thing for which I sent it." Members and friends of King of Kings, I want to thank you for your continued generosity and support of your church home. Whether you take part in our latest stewardship campaign or make a donation online, the gifts you give make an eternal impact. So when you find yourself wondering if it's just going out in the void, remember that there is no such thing. Thank you for making a difference, and may God richly bless you.